Hello students, welcome back to the UGDL video lecture series. We are doing isometric projection right now. Today I am going to demonstrate three problems for you. Problem number 5.8, 5.9 and 5.10. These are the three problems which I will be demonstrating today, and I will be recording the video and uploading to the Google Classroom. Let me start with 5.8 first. You can view the demonstration on that sheet here. So the problem number is 5.8, the reference number is 20. This is a problem that belongs to drawing number 19. Okay, so I'll read out the problem for you. A square prism of base side 40 mm and height 50 mm is placed centrally on a cylindrical slab of diameter 100 mm and thickness 30 mm. So there are two solids here. One is a cylindrical slab, 100 mm diameter and thickness is 30 mm. Thickness in the sense the height here. On that you have to keep a square prism of base side 40 and height 50. So it's a combination of two solids. Okay, a cylinder and then a square prism. Okay, so let me start by drawing the isometric projection of the cylinder. Okay, I am not drawing the isometric scale here. Okay, you can draw the isometric scale before you start your isometric projection. You are asked to draw the isometric projection of the combination of solids. So though it is not mentioned that both the solids are coaxial, it is always understood. Okay, one sentence is mentioned here, centrally, it is placed centrally, so the meaning is that they are coaxial. Okay, so in other words, the axes should coincide. So let me start by drawing the cylinder first. Okay, the diameter of the cylinder is given as 100 mm, and we assume that the cylinder is resting with its base on HP. Even if it is not given, it is understood. The cylinder is resting with its base on HP. The base of the cylinder is a circle, so I will start by drawing the isometric projection of the base first. In other words, isometric projection of the circle first. Okay, so I'll start by drawing the isometric axis, both of them, inclined axis, inclined at 30 degrees. I'll take ISO 100 here because the diameter is 100. Similarly, on the other axis, you will take ISO 100. Now I will complete this rhombus by drawing two isometric lines. These are all construction lines. So all the four are construction lines and each is ISO 100. Now you know how to draw the isometric projection of a circle. It will be an ellipse. We use 4-center method. So let me mark the midpoints of all the four edges first. In other words, you are marking ISO 50, the distance ISO 50. Now this is going to be your first center and these are the radial lines. So you are going to draw an arc with this as center and this length as radius. Let me draw the arc using a light line. You are going to use your compass to draw this arc. Now comes the second center. This is the second center. These are the radial lines. This is the third center now. Third arc. Fourth center. The second arc I have not drawn. This is the second arc. Fourth center and fourth arc. So this is the base of the cylinder. Now let us take the height of the cylinder. It is given as thickness. Thickness is given as 30 mm. So I move to the center. From the center I take the height of ISO 30 along the third axis. the vertical axis. Okay. Let us say okay, somewhere here, let us say this is ISO 30 from here to here. Okay, so there you have to draw two isometric lines. This is an isometric line. This is other isometric line. Okay. Now on this, okay, let me do like this instead of following this procedure. We have the four corners of this rhombus here. At each corner, I will erect perpendiculars equal to ISO 30. Okay. Now I will connect the tips of the perpendiculars. Okay, now this is the top surface. Let me erase all the lines that you have within the top surface. So you are clearing the top surface for drawing another ellipse. Now this is the box, or this is the rhombus for drawing the top face of the cylinder. Okay. Now you are going to adopt the same procedure that I have done for the ellipse already. Okay. So let us mark the midpoints of all the four edges by taking ISO 50 distance. Each of these is ISO 100. So you can take ISO 50 and mark these points. Now passing through those points, you can draw isometric lines. Yes. Now this is the longer diagonal of the rhombus. Let us start with 4 center method now. This is the first arc. The second arc. Third arc. And this is the fourth arc. So you get two symmetrical ellipses now. Now what this is for the top face, this is for the base. So you need to draw common tangents to these. So this is how your cylinder appears. Okay. Now let us erase all the lines that you have within this top surface. Maybe you can retain only the center lines. All the remaining lines can be erased. Let me draw the center lines again. Now this arc also you can make dark. This is a cylinder. You are going to place a square prism centrally on this. The square prism has a side of 40 mm. So from the center, this is ISO 50, this is also ISO 50, this is ISO 50, this is ISO 50. Because the side is 40, I will take ISO 20 on either side. ISO 20. Now you draw isometric lines to get the base of the prism. These two are a set of isometric lines. Now I draw the other set. Yes, that forms the base of the square prism. Now the height is given as 50. Because the height is given as 50, from each corner you will erect perpendiculars equal to ISO 50. Okay, this should be ISO 50, ISO 50, ISO 50, ISO 50. Connect the tips of the perpendiculars drawn. Now make the visible edges dark. Now the cylinder portion, whatever is not visible, you can erase. That's it. So this is a combination of a cylindrical slab over which a square prism is kept centrally. So this is problem number 5.8. Okay, I'll be uploading this video to your Google Classroom. You can also do it. Those who have isometric graph sheet, they will not require isometric scale for this problem. Whenever you have a square or a circle or a rectangle and so on, you don't require a isometric scale because those dimensions are already available. But when you have polygons like pentagon, hexagon and all, then you will require an isometric scale. Otherwise, for squares, rectangles, circles, you don't require an isometric scale because if it is 100, you will directly take ISO 100. Okay, for example, here I have taken ISO 100. For that, you don't require an isometric scale. Directly, you can take it on the isometric graph sheet. But those who don't have isometric graph sheet have to draw the scale. There is no other go. Okay, students, I'll take a short break and come back for the next problem, 5.9.